Hey, so I unexpectedly had some extra time today, and I figured I might as well just catch up completely while I'm on a roll. Um, just like anything else in my life, I kind of do this in fits. So, I'll go through and answer all the comments that have been posted for like 4 months, all in a setting. And I'm kind of on a roll right now, so I might as well just finish up. So after ortho, I went on to vascular, which actually I hated. It's been the worst rotation that I've had since I started residency. Just because like patients who have significant enough vascular problems that they need to undergo surgery for revascularization or what have you, have such severe other problems, the diabetes, the high blood pressure, there's other problems, renal failure, all these other things that go along with it, that is just an intern nightmare, in the sense that I was always calling consults and having to chase people down to get tests done. And then also I was doing this rotation on the private side of the hospital, so I had all these like nurse practitioners and what have you talking to me all the time about stupid things that I didn't care about, like things that should have been on the list that weren't on the list when I inherited it and stuff like that, and sending out stupid emails to the entire team and what have you. It was just every day there was some stupid thing that I needed to be talked to about. And then the faculty for that particular rotation was also really not that approachable. So just it was a combination of things. I just had a really bad time. Not to mention I had some of the worst luck I've had on any rotation. Like, normally patients just absolutely love me. And for the first time since I started dealing with patients, I had a family request that I no longer be a part of their father's care. Which was ridiculous. Like I'm pretty sure I know what happened, and it had very little to do with me actually, but like whatever. So I did that for a month, and also like we lost our med student when I was about halfway through it. So whereas I had help getting numbers in the morning, I had to do it all by myself for the last 2 weeks of that rotation. And so I was getting up like super early and doing all this stupid crap. And one night I remember I had the next day off, so I tried to go out with some friends, and at like probably 11 o'clock, like I just hit a wall. And I'm like, I'm really sorry, you guys, I gotta go home. I went home and I slept until 3 p.m. the next day. I slept for 16 hours. Like I was so tired. And the team consisted of me and a second year resident and the fellow. And yeah, the second year like didn't coordinate with me at all when our days off were supposed to be and what have you. And so like even though Thanksgiving weekend happened, like somehow I had to do every single day that week, and it was just kind of not cool. So after that I started thoracic, which is supposed to be one of the hardest rotations that we do as interns. And I got really, really lucky, actually, because whereas usually there's only 2 interns on that service, for whatever reason, we happen to have 3. So we've got an extra pair of hands, and my 2 co-interns are both really, really cool to hang out with. So when it's slow, it's still fun. And then they're also just really good interns, also. So nobody's having to carry any extra weight, and like the whole thing just goes really, really smoothly. And then the senior resident that was on was actually my senior on trauma. So I already knew him, and we were already friendly, which was cool. And then the fellow, who was the 5th member of our team, was also absolutely hilarious. Like he looks really, really serious, but he tells all these hilarious jokes while we're rounding and stuff like that. So like it's been awesome. That is how I am home at 1:30 in the afternoon. And later on this evening, I have a flight to go see my parents and my friends back home and everything. And so, and I have a 4-day weekend. So this rotation has really just been spectacular. probably mostly for that reason that we have this extra intern. And with all the holidays and what have you, I'm gonna end up with 9 days off this month, which is absolutely unheard of. Usually I get 4 days off in a month. So I've got more than twice as many days off as I would normally get, and yeah, things are good. Things are good. So vascular, I guess the main problems that we deal with are people who have peripheral arterial disease, such that they can't get blood to their extremities, and they need to have bypasses to reestablish blood flow so that they can walk and stuff. And there's a lot of like amputations, and that's where all the comorbidities come from. Like if your peripheral vascular disease is to that degree, that means that something is going on. Like either you've been smoking about 1,000,000 cigarettes a day, or your diabetes is really bad. And if you let it get to the point that your like toes are rotting off and stuff like that, then that's a person who's going to be really hard to motivate to participate in their own care. And so, the problem's really irritating. Vascular, or the thoracic, on the other hand, it's people who have like esophageal cancers, or hiatal hernias, or what else do we do? We do like lung resections for cancers and stuff like that. It's like a lot of oncology actually, and they're actually mostly healthy otherwise. And like what makes this rotation difficult typically is that there's just a really busy service. Like the surgeons operate almost every day, and then that is also faculty that is not as approachable as they might be. And they also really like to micromanage their patients. So that means that like every decision that you want to make, even if it's transfusing 1 unit of blood, you have to run it by the at least the fellow, if not the attending himself. And so, your hands are really tied in a lot of regards, as far as patient care go. But it's been really informative, and I feel like I've learned a lot. And like I said, my team's just been so cool that it's been fun. And my fellow switches services in about a week, and we're really gonna miss him. And we get a new one. And I've never really worked with her before, so I mean, hopefully she'll be every bit as good. It doesn't really matter though, because when I come back from my little mini vacation on Wednesday, I'll have 3 more days of actual like regular days, and then a weekend, and then 1 day, and I'm done. So it's good. And then after that, I go to colorectal, which actually I did as a medical student, so I should at least be familiar with what's going on, and it should be okay. So yeah, that's what I've been doing up to this point. Just to recap the beginning of the year, I had transplant, and then vacation, and then trauma, plastics, ortho, vascular, and thoracic. So that takes me to, I'm pretty much halfway done with my intern year, which is awesome. I'm getting pretty tired of getting numbers and stuff. Getting pretty tired of being a secretary, so I'm really excited to be done with this soonish, and to have different responsibilities, even if I do the exact same services. So yeah, go ahead and ask me any questions or what have you in the comments. I will try to be better about updating this on a regular basis. I kind of already covered thoracic, so it'll probably be about another 6 weeks or so, and I will update on what happened on colorectal. Until then, I hope everybody takes care of themselves, has a happy holiday, and I will see you in a month and a half. Have a good one.